My fiancé's mom tried to take over our entire wedding, including picking my dress because of her vision, and my fiancé is backing her up. Now, I don't want to tie the knot. My fiancé and I are getting married in December. His mom is the intrusive type, but she's nice overall, and we get along somewhat. I hate to admit that wedding planning has been an absolute nightmare. His mom wasn't willing to agree on most things, and my fiancé said that since he's her only son, I should respect and appreciate this vision she has for the wedding and how it should be. She insisted on coming along for wedding dress shopping. I took her with me and my mom and friends. I was so lucky to have found what I was looking for, but she picked a dress she liked so much and said she always pictured her son's bride in it. Mom and friends thought this line was creepy. The dress was somewhat creepy and not my type. I apologized and thanked her for her vision, but told her I'd already decided on a dress I had envisioned myself wearing for my wedding. She got all pissy because of it and then must have told my fiancé because he came home in the evening ranting about how I upset his mom and turned down her help in choosing the wedding dress and excluded her from the process. I asked, "What process?" "Duh, it's just a wedding dress, my wedding dress," so I didn't know how she should get a say. He got upset and said that this attitude of mine wasn't working for him or his mom. He said I should consider the dress his mom wanted me to buy, especially knowing that both dresses weren't that much different anyway, like she said, but I told him yes, they were different, like so much different. Anyway, we argued about it, and then we dropped it. Yesterday, I came home and found out he had returned my wedding dress and replaced it with the one his mom wanted. I called him, and he was straightforward about what he did and why he did it. I lost it and started screaming at him. He asked me to calm down and give this dress a chance. I refused to listen, so I yelled at him without allowing him to speak. He got home, and we argued. I then went to stay with one of my friends, and he kept calling and texting and saying that I overreacted and it was his wedding, too, so it wasn't cool how I screamed at him. He insisted I give this dress a chance. He went on about how his mom has a vision and good intentions and wants what is best for me as her future daughter-in-law. Mom is livid and wants to scream at him and his mom, but my dad said that this isn't worth ruining my relationship with my in-laws. He suggested I wise up and go with the flow, but is it too much for me to be able to pick my wedding dress without being guilted about it just to keep the peace? Update: after staying at my friend's place for 3 days and avoiding my fiancé's calls and texts, I knew we needed to talk. I was angry, sad, and confused, but I had to decide what to do next. When I finally answered one of his calls, he sounded relieved and begged me to come home so we could talk. I agreed but told him we needed a calm and honest conversation. When I returned, he was waiting with flowers and looked very upset. We sat down, and I told him how hurt and disrespected I felt when he and his mom took over something as personal as my wedding dress. While I understood his mom's excitement, I explained that this was my wedding, too, and I needed to feel like myself on our special day. He listened quietly and then apologized. He admitted letting his mom's opinions matter more than my feelings and promised to make it right. He said he was willing to return the dress his mom picked and get my original dress back if it was still available. Despite his apology, I felt we needed to discuss a bigger issue: our relationship and his tendency to side with his mom over me. I told him that we needed to be a team and set boundaries with his mom for our marriage to work. He agreed and promised to work on it, but I could tell he was still nervous about standing up to her. I realized that if we were to continue with the wedding, we needed more than just a dress change. We needed to look at our relationship and how we handled problems. I suggested we postpone the wedding to give ourselves time to work through these issues in premarital counseling. At first, he didn't want to, but after a long talk, he saw that taking a step back was important to ensure our marriage started right. It was hard to make this decision, but I felt relief knowing we prioritized our relationship over a single event. In the days that followed, my fiancé and I started attending counseling sessions, and we both committed to working on our communication and setting healthy boundaries with his mom. It wasn't easy, but I felt hopeful that we could come out of this stronger and more united.